Direct from Foxborough, Massachusetts, the gem of Norfolk County, and taped at the studios of Foxborough Cable Access. It's Foxborough Central. And here's your host, Bob Hickey.
And welcome to another fantastic episode of Foxborough Central. I am Bob Hickey, your host, and I want to thank you for taking the time to join with me and my guest as we talk about the people and events that make Foxborough truly the gem of Norfolk County. When we talk about people that we get to meet, there's a lot of hidden talent, hidden gems out there in the world, in our region, and today we are going to be having the opportunity to meet one of those people. I'd like to introduce you to Nancy Schoen. Nancy, thank you so much for coming on the program today.
Thank you very much.
Well, you are an interesting person who I've just come to meet again through the wonderful connection that is the world of Jury Love. She knows everybody and sees everything. You are, I guess we should call you an entrepreneur, a computer app developer. What's your title that you want to give yourself?
Well, I'm a freelancer, a digital marketer by trade. I do have a digital marketing business in Sharon that I do website design, social media marketing, as well as app development. And that's how I started working on this other business, which is called Pingster, and it's the development of an app, a very special app.
Well, I tell you, and this is an interesting program because you're just demonstrating a little bit beforehand, and I love doing this program because I get to learn a lot of different things, and I'm about as web challenged as they come. I do the website for my business, and as anybody out there who knows, it's a challenge. So all the credit, but what we're talking about is a whole new dynamic app. So I go to the Apple Store and I download Pingster?
Pingster, yes. Pingster, photo sharing. It's a photo sharing GPS app. Actually, you can download it from the Apple Store. But this week we are launching on an Android version as well, so you can get it. You heard
it here first.
Yes, yes. So you can actually get it from Google Play.
Okay.
So you'll be able to search Pingster. Probably say Pingster photo sharing. You can search those two keywords or GPS, and you should be able to find Pingster. There may be other Pingsters. I have heard that there was another Pingster on the Android, but if you do those three words, you should find it.
All right, so I'm not confused necessarily, just seeking clarification. And we're going to have the opportunity to dig in, dive in, and see some of the application itself. But when you say photo sharing GPS, what on earth does that mean?
Well, most apps today is about being an influencer. And it's who you know and your friends. This app is not based on followers. It's based on GPS and the location of the phone that you're using. So the app is based on location and not about followers. So,
okay. So what you're saying is, if I go onto my Instagram today, for example, I'll see videos posted by people who I'm following or who are following me, and people who like those videos, then that'll sort of create the link. So that's how I see those things. But yours doesn't have anything to do with who my friends are. Yours has to do with where I'm located?
Correct, yes.
So we're here at the studios of Cable Access, and if I were to go on Pingster, I would see...
You would see images that are, well, if you were using your phone as the conduit, you would see images that are near the phone. There are two modes in the app itself. One is a local search and one is an advanced search.
Okay.
Let me first tell you a little bit about what Pingster is. Okay. Pingster, I explain it as a fusion of both Instagram, Google Search, and Google Maps all combined into one. And the idea on how Pingster first started was because I came up with this sentence, this very special sentence, and it was, every spot in the world has a story. So that's what this app does. It tells the story of the spot by, again, fusing together imagery, GPS, and search. I guess...
Well, before we get into it, and I'll let you get that thing loaded up so we can see, we're going to be able to show you on the TV some of the magic that is Pingster. While we're doing that, you can also find out more about Nancy Schoen's application by logging into www.pingster.info. That's Pingster.info. And that's where all the information is. You can also go into the Apple Store and also Android. Is there an Android store?
Google Play.
Google Play. So you go to Google Play and type in Pingster photo sharing GPS, and that'll bring you to it. So do we have the app? Let's take a look.
Okay, yeah. Let me also tell you that the app itself can absolutely positively affect both the social and economically in the United States, or actually worldwide. And that's one of the great things about Pingster. It's not about being famous and being an influencer, but in fact, it's about actually getting you away from the computer.
Okay.
And so let's...
It sounds like an interesting app, because if you're, I suppose if you're going on vacation, or maybe I'm just here in Foxborough Cable Access and I want to see what's around me. What you're saying is that this will then show a lot of images and some interesting things, maybe attractions, maybe just historical things or touristy things,
right,
here at 28 Central Street.
Right. So let's open up the app, and we do that by touching the Pingster icon, which is right over here.
All right, let's touch away.
Okay. So when you open up the app, you're actually physically connected to images around you. Now on the top of the app, there is a radial dial, and you can actually adjust the radial dial down to 1 and be looking at images that are really close by, or you can actually go up to 20 miles and see images that are more farther away. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to bring the radial dial down to 1.
Okay. Now these images come from where? My phone? Your phone?
The app is free. Like Instagram, you have to register, and by registering, you are able to upload images to the Pingster cloud, and
okay,
then share your images with the world. So there's no such thing as followers on Pingster. Everybody is connected. What's really cool about Pingster is that you can share your images without having to share yourself. So if you're not a social media type of person and you want to remain anonymous, you can flick your social media enable to private, and you could still share those beautiful images that you want to share with, but nobody can comment and nobody can chat with you. The idea is this is a social media app, so you can be social if you want to be, but if you don't want to be, you cannot be as well.
Oh, interesting. Okay, great.
So here we are. We're looking at images that are close by, within 1 mile. So now if I touch this address, now the addresses automatically get put in because the images are geotagged.
Okay.
So if you touch this image, you can actually see the distance that I am away from this phone, the distance that the phone is away from this image. So as you can see, it says 273 yards away, which is 1 school street. Is that the theater?
That is the theater.
That is the theater. So what's really cool about this is it's like a way to see what's going on real time, because it uploads images real time. So if there was something going on and somebody uploaded it and we had lots of users, they would know immediately that, oh wow, look at this, is really cool. What is that? And what the next step you would do to find out where this was, you could touch this little GPS button, and this actually gives you a map of how to get there. And then,
look at that.
Yes. And then if you want to bring it to the next level, you can go to go, and you can get the GPS directions to go.
So that's why you say it's a marriage between the Google Maps and the Instagram and the, what was the other thing?
Google search.
Google search.
So what's really cool about this app is that it's not just local stuff. You can search all over the world. So let's say you're going on vacation and you want to see something that might be of interest when you get there and you're not really familiar with. You can see what others have done before you. So let's, as an example, let's go to the advanced search, which is located on the bottom.
Where are we going to go? Take us somewhere fun.
Well, I'll tell you, I recently went to Aruba. You want to see?
Let's go to Aruba.
Let's go to Aruba.
It's winter here in Foxborough.
Yep.
Let's go to Aruba.
So here, when you get to the advanced search, you can actually search by location, you can search by people, and you can actually search by hashtag. But we're going to search by location, and we're going to type in Aruba.
1 Main Street, Aruba.
Let's go. So here we have lots of images. Now, we can look at the images in a thumbnail view, which is what you have right now, but you can also look at it in a vertical mode view. But we'll just look at it on thumbnail at this point. But you can see at the top of the app, you can see there's two different ways that you can view the images. So what's really cool about this, so you're going to go to Aruba and you're looking at and you see something that you really like, oh my goodness, this looks like a delicious meal. So you see that wonderful salad, and if you like what you see, you know, you can essentially favorite the image. As you can see right down here, I have favorited it already. But you could favorite this image. And then when you get to Aruba, you can go back with this arrow right there to your user profile where you have all your favorites stored. And that's located down over here. And then from here, you can go to your favorites where this star is. And you can see all the images that I favorited. And now we're going to look for that nice salad. We're going to find it here somewhere. That's got to be down here somewhere. There it is. So when you get to Aruba and you want to check out that restaurant, you can go to your favorites and check on it, and then you can click the address, and you won't be
It'll just take you right to it.
2,000 miles away. You'll be within, you know, a mile of it.
Wherever you're at, sure.
Touch it and go. And now what's really cool about this app is that it's like a virtual scrapbook. So it's all of my images. Now, I can't remember what I had for breakfast, but here I can make a description. I can say Caesar salad with cashews. It was delicious. And I essentially marked that restaurant. I marked that spot for everybody. And now, you know, when someone else wants to go there, they'll be able to see. I can't remember what I had for breakfast, but it's a great way for me to virtually scrapbook my vacation so that I can go back in my user profile and look to see what I had done. And we do have some advanced search features in the app that allow you to, you know, really bring your gallery, like you would have in your phone, to the next level. You'd be able to search what you did by keyword. So it's a great way to be able to remember things much more easily. At the same time, sharing it with the world.
So keywords, for example, vacation and Caesar salad and that sort of thing, and that's what we're talking about.
Well, I mean, I was talking to my niece the other day, and I was talking to her about the advanced search that we're working on. And I said, what would you want to search? And she's like, you know, let's say I wanted to search, you know, the things that my daughter did. You know what I mean? So she type in her name, Fiona, and it was if it was in the description of the image record, it will, all of the images will come up.
How interesting.
Yes. Or vacation, or Aruba, anywhere.
It's a little scary, but it's really cool as far as being able to share on a platform that seems to be non-contingent with friends. So that way, if I'm really interested in a place, I'm not worried about, you know, the one or two people I may know, but it's the entire spectrum of users who have been there and taken pictures and uploaded them and tagged them correctly.
Right, exactly. One of the things is this app doesn't follow people. It geotags images. So
when you say geotag, I don't even have to put in a good description. Say I'm at, you know, 1 Main Street Aruba. I don't actually have to type in 1 Main Street Aruba because the GPS is automatically doing that.
Yes.
It doesn't, how cool is that?
It does not record location of people. It does not follow, like Snapchat, there's a map that follows people around. I'm like, you know, that's, I feel
a little creepy, right?
Yeah, a little creepy. This is not about that. If you have concerns, the only time you're really, you know, at the location is at that moment you take the picture if you instantaneously upload it to the Pingster cloud. But you can upload it from, you know, your camera, or you can upload it from your gallery. So you could go in and record images, you know, in your gallery and go upload them days later.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so again, we're talking with Nancy Schoen. She is the developer of the Pingster photo sharing GPS mobile app, and it is a very, I guess we'll call it a game changer, but it clearly is something that is beyond what I'm used to, and it's something now when I went to Ireland a couple of years ago, I wish I would have had this so that way we could have seen more of what was around and maybe been a better informed tourist, better informed as to what was around us.
Right. Well, let me say this. When I say game changer, I mean it can both help both socially and economically. all right? And the social, I talked about the fact that if you don't want to be in a social media marketing, a social media chat or communication, you can just disable the feature. But economically, what's really cool about this is that brick and mortar businesses are suffering terribly because of online shopping. And what this app does, since it's all about location, all right, businesses, if they take a minute to upload an image of their sale or their special, and if we have thousands of users using this thing, it's a great way to get visibility with their stores and bring people to their stores. And you know, incentivize people. Come, buy one pizza, get one free. You know, and be able to incentivize people to get them, you know, out of online shopping and into the actual brick and mortar locations.
Ah, I see. Now, you said this was a free app. How can it be a free app?
Well, I mean, in all apps, the way the apps make money is through advertising. So eventually, you know, using the feeds, the image feeds, businesses, it's all free. However, if they wanted a heightened digital footprint, there would be fee-based advertising that they could optionally take advantage of. Like Facebook and like Instagram, how they make money. But what's really cool about this app is that, you know, we know you like coffee and you may have uploaded images of coffee. So our advertising won't just be based on a demographic feed in your image feed where we know you like coffee. We'll deliver you an app that will be focused on you. So you could be walking down the street in New York and we know you like a certain brand of coffee, and you know, 100 yards up the road there may be a coffee shop.
Might be a chock full of nuts.
Yes, that has something that you're interested in, and we'll deliver you an ad that says, hey, 100 yards down the road there's a coffee shop waiting for you. You know, buy a cup of coffee and you get a free donut.
Outstanding. I love it. So with this information, and by the way, at the end of this program, there's going to be a quick video snippet that gives you the commercial information. I think you're going to enjoy that. So don't run away as soon as the program's over. We've got a little bit more for you. Got a little bonus for you. So Nancy Schoen, how on earth did you come about creating Pingster? Did you just wake up one morning and say, hey, I got a great idea, or was there a push in a different direction?
Well, you know, as a struggling freelancer, digital marketer, and competing with, you know, huge marketing companies, you know, it's hard to close business. And, you know, as a freelancer, the economy really becomes quite global. And I work with people from all over the world. And a colleague of mine and I were talking, like, how can we get website designs and how can we get more social media marketing opportunities? And he said, well, maybe we should try something that's more innovative and more, you know, more popular. And I said, well, what's that? And he said, app development. And so then he goes, my wife, I told my wife this idea I had, and I go, well, what's the idea? And he goes, I never told anybody else about it. He goes, every spot in the world has a story. Maybe we can make an app on that. So that's what I did. I brought that idea home, and I started talking to my millennial daughter, and I started talking to some of my friends, and I said to my daughter, if you were in the woods, you know, would you, by chance, use an app that could navigate you to beautiful imagery around you? And she said to me, yeah, I would. I'd be interested in seeing the birds and this and that. And so then I went to, and these kids are real, you know, savvy with the computer, and they use Instagram and Snapchat 24/7. And she said she'd use it. So I'm like, well, that's interesting. Maybe this is special. So then I went to the total opposite paradigm, and I went to somebody who was my age, and I said to her, do you use social media? She goes, no. I go, do you use apps? She goes, no. I go, well, if you were traveling and in an unknown area, and, you know, you didn't know what was going on around you, would you maybe use an app that would show you everything that was going on around you, and you could touch the imagery and it would take you there? And she goes, yeah, I would try that out. So then I said, wow, this is pretty magical. And so it's been going on now for about 1.5 years, development. And there's actually a team of about 50 people working on this app.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm the developer, but I do have a team of people that are working on it that are specialists. So, I mean, within 1.5 years of development, this app is what, you know, Instagram did with a team of 300. in multiple years. I mean, it took them, if you look on Wikipedia on how long it took them and how much money it cost them to develop both an iOS and an Android app, it's we're in a different, different
Really?
ballpark. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're speaking with Nancy Schoen, who is the developer of Pingster photo sharing GPS mobile app. You can go to www.pingster.info to pick up all the information about how to get it. And it's also at the Apple Store, and it will be available for Android at Google Play. So this seems as though it has such capacity to expand. How does one bring this to market? I'm fascinated not only on the development side, and I guess I understand the GPS aspect, and I guess I understand loading photos from the cloud, and I guess I understand marrying those to a search, although it seems brilliant because I wouldn't begin to imagine how you would make those three things all work interactively. But you've done it, clearly, and so now what's the next step? How do we bring this to market? How do we tell the world?
That's a brilliant question. Okay, one of the challenges has been I thought when I launched this thing on iOS I would have millions of viewers, but if you build it like the Field of Dreams, they don't come. You know what I mean? There's got to be.
So we have to get the word out.
We have to get the word out, but there's got to be the with them effect. What's in it for me effect, and what's in it for users, okay? If you download this app and you start to upload images, the new builds that are coming out this week will have the affiliate program. We're launching the affiliate program, which is if you enable, and I can show it to you on the app. Let's quickly.
And by the way, we did not plan the whole Marilyn Rodman address in there, so that's pretty interesting that came up because I've not uploaded anything, so somebody else did that.
Oh yeah, that was.
Somebody else must have done that. I've never heard of Pingster before today.
There are over 300 people on the app that currently now, and there hasn't been a stitch of advertising.
I'm going to have to get on the app because I have to see what's going on.
And if you go here to your profile, if you turn on the affiliate program, all right, what happens is you actually give us permission to start potentially using your images to help build our business profile.
Okay.
So the way it will work, like if you're using TripAdvisor or Yelp, you get points and rewards.
Sure.
But what's really interesting about this is that when you take images and have the affiliate on, you link yourself to these images, and after 10 images, the profile converts to a business profile, and your 10 images move over, and then your profile is linked so that in the future, if we monetize the app, you will actually get commission-based. So you can become an influencer by just taking pictures, beautiful pictures, and sharing them with the world.
Well, then I'm definitely going to get the app, so there we go.
And if the app does take off, or when it does, we will be implementing video as well, but that's a whole different animal with respect to the infrastructure and the hardware structure that's required, so we have to wait. So we need users. Okay. And
well, we'll do it one user at a time.
Yeah. And
it doesn't cost anything, and Pingster is a pretty dynamic application that doesn't seem to be anything like it out there, so I'm very much looking forward to getting in and playing with it and seeing what pops up.
Great. Awesome.
So as I'm sure everybody else is. We are running out of time because we are going to show the video at the end. You get the last word, of course, but I want to remind everybody one more time that I'm speaking with Nancy Schoen. She's the developer who has created Pingster. She's the founder of Pingster photo sharing GPS mobile application. You can get it at the Google Play for your Android, or you can get it at the Apple Store. It is a free application. She's done a great job of sharing or detailing the what's in it for me, and definitely there's a lot in it for us as far as getting information and also sharing what we have and perhaps even monetizing it for ourselves. So never let it be said that when a startup happens, we're afraid to jump in with both feet, and I think this is one of those great opportunities where we can jump in at no cost, no risk, and really create something special. I love this idea. So you can check out everything at www.pingster.info and find out more. So Nancy Schoen, thank you so much for coming in and sharing this. You get the last word.
Every spot in the world has a story. See, click, experience those stories with Pingster.
Excellent. And what we're going to do now is we are going to see and experience an advertisement that is running from Pingster, which gives you a little bit more insight and will make you want to do it. Until next time, everybody, this is Bob Hickey with Foxborough Central. Have a great day.
Some people follow a routine in their daily lives. Others choose a life of passion and to live freely. Every day, we wake up and tackle the day ahead. We connect with other people in our lives. But today is a new day full of beautiful locations, and there's only one way to find them. How do you ask? Well, the answer is so simple. Go out there. Explore. Now, it's your turn. Don't let life pass you by. Enjoy it. Take in your surroundings. Often we get caught up in thinking about what's next instead of just living in the moment. The time is now to explore your world with a new lens. Pingster.